Yo, what it is, people of the worldwide federated internet, what is good? Hurt people hurt people. We've all heard that saying. I think it's true. I think hurt people do hurt people. Guys, guys who get heartbroken normally turn into players. A lot of guys won't admit that. Not just heartbroken. Some guys were molested when they were young. Guys don't like to admit to that. We don't like to admit to a lot. But it is what it is. It's molestation. No matter how beautiful the woman is, if an older, let's say, 16-year-old takes advantage of 11-year-old, that's molestation. It doesn't matter if the 16-year-old is a girl and 11-year-old is a boy. It doesn't matter. It's molestation. A lot of guys fall victim to that and turn into players. Look, let's just keep it real. Sex is good. We all like it. Sex is good. Now, there's a proper biblical context for sex, but that's beside the point, right? So you introduce a young man to that outside of the context it was intended for, and that has unintended consequences as well. This young man goes on to desire that. Let's just say they go on to desire that more. They want it more. They turn into a player. They can't get enough. It's because they were introduced to something they shouldn't have been introduced to at a young age. They were hurt. And then they, in turn, go on to play women, play with their hearts, hurt people. It's not the way life was intended to be, but the saying is true. Hurt people hurt people. Let's take it to the women. I know a lot of women who were hurt, done wrong by dudes. And because they were done wrong, they in turn take that out on somebody else. They do to somebody else what was done to them. There's no justification for that. It's a continual cycle that's never broken if you allow that to happen. I see a lot of women who might have, a good guy interested in them. I've seen this happen. I've seen this play out. That guy is actually trying to do what's right. He has a genuine interest, but that guy is seen as a lame. So this is the dude that the woman plays, right? So then that guy, after he gets played and he's heartbroken, he just says, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to go do my thing and be a player. Now the cycle continues. Now he goes and he hurts a woman who might be good. And now she gets hurt and she says, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to play the field and do my thing. It's a never ending cycle of people who won't fix something because no one will stop and say, hey, wait a minute. Just because I was done wrong, just because something was done to me that should not have been done, that doesn't mean I should in turn go do that to somebody else. I've been hurt before. I've been devastated, heartbroken. I'm not going to turn around and do that to somebody else. People need to get their minds right. I would never want somebody to experience heartbreak after experiencing heartbreak. Hurt people hurt people. And people don't get help. Sometimes women, they don't want to admit it. They don't want to admit that they're hurt. And they do things that for the outside, the onlooker, it's like, man, this doesn't make sense. You're a beautiful woman. Why are you doing this to yourself? Well, because they were hurt. And instead of dealing with that hurt in a proper manner, they just perpetuate the same cycle. And guys, look, let's keep it real. Guys don't like opening up and admitting they've been hurt, they've been done wrong. No guy wants to admit that. But the bottom line is, it's something that we probably should admit because the cycle needs to be broken. I will not continue the cycle. I will not hurt somebody just because I was hurt. I know that seems like a lame idea in this day and age, but it's a lot of lame people running around doing a lot of lame things. So if this is what you consider a lame idea, I'm good with that. I'm going to stick with this. Stay frosty, people.